Most people tell you to control your thoughts. They are lying to you. There is a specific psychological ghost that lives in the space between your intention and the result, a shadow that feeds on your anxiety. The ancients knew how to kill it. They didn't use affirmations or positive thinking. They used a geometric shift in reality called the Stoic Archer. It is a forgotten secret, buried under centuries of modern noise. You feel that weight in your chest because you are trying to hold on to something that has already left your hands. We will explore the 5 pillars of this method today, but pay close attention to point number 5. It is the most misunderstood and the only reason the rest of the method works. Without it, you are just an amateur playing with a weapon you don't understand. Chapter 1. The Illusion of the Bullseye. Imagine a library at midnight, dust motes dancing in a single candle's light. The Stoic philosopher Antipater of Tarsus once stood in such a shadow, contemplating the nature of the bow. He realized that most men live in a state of perpetual fever because they are obsessed with the bullseye. We believe that if we hit the target, we are successful. If we miss, we are failures. But this is a hallucination. The bullseye does not belong to you. It belongs to the wind. It belongs to the bird that flies across the path. It belongs to the rot in the wood of the target itself. When you worry, you are trying to reach out across the field and hold the arrow steady while it is already in flight. But if the target isn't the point, then why do we even bother to pull the string? Chapter 2. The Geometry of the Internal. The Archer Method demands a radical divorce. Everything you have been taught about results must be burned. Think of the wood, the tension, the breath. The archer spends years perfecting the stance, the grip on the bow, the exact moment of the exhale. These things are yours. They are the only things that exist within the sovereign borders of your mind. Stoicism teaches us that worry is the result of a border dispute. You are trying to govern a territory that is not your own. You are a king trying to tax the clouds. By focusing only on the internal draw, the anxiety of the external hit begins to starve. Yet, even with a perfect draw and a focused mind, the arrow often misses its mark. Why does the universe refuse to obey? Chapter 3. The Moment of Release. There is a terrifying second in every action: the void. It is the moment the fingers open and the string snaps. In that microsecond, the archer is no longer an archer. He is a spectator. The Stoic Archer Method teaches us that worry is an attempt to stay connected to the arrow after the release. But the cord is cut. The arrow is gone. You must learn to love the release more than the flight. You must find a strange, dark peace in the fact that your job ended the moment the string moved. If the arrow is no longer yours once it leaves the bow, what becomes of the man who fired it? Chapter 4. The Ghost in the Machine. We often mistake outcome for character. If you miss the target, the world calls you a failure. The ghost in your mind agrees. It whispers that you should have tried harder, worried more, or anticipated the wind. But the wind is a god you cannot bribe. Marcus Aurelius wrote about this in the damp corners of his war tent. He knew that the effort was the only thing that could be judged. To the Stoic, a perfect miss is more valuable than a lucky hit. One is a product of virtue. The other is a gift from a chaotic universe that will eventually take it back. To survive this uncertainty, we must finally address the sovereign target, the dangerous secret I mentioned at the start. Chapter 5. The Sovereign Target. The final point. Here is the truth that most people find too cold to touch. The bullseye was never the target. In the Archer Method, the real target is not the straw circle across the field. The real target is the archer himself. The goal of the shot is not to hit the mark, but to shoot well. Do you see the distinction? If your goal is to hit the mark, you are a slave to the wind. If your goal is to shoot well, you have already won the moment you release the string. This is the only way to stop worrying. You must move the bullseye from the outside world and place it deep within your own chest. You cannot be defeated if your victory is tied to your effort, and your effort is the only thing you control. The arrow may fall into the mud. It may break against a stone, but the archer remains untouched. The final verdict. The next time you feel the teeth of anxiety, ask yourself, am I trying to control the arrow or am I perfecting the draw? Let the world have its results. Let the wind have its say. Retreat into the library of your own mind. Perfect your stance. Then, and only then, let go.